Hello, hello, everybody. All right, I'm going to give just a second for people to hop on, and then I'll get started. And if you know me, you know I am not tech savvy, so you guys, I put together a PowerPoint. I know, I'm so proud of myself. Now let's just pray that it will cooperate. And I do have to bounce back between the PowerPoint and Google Forms. And so just know I am not tech savvy. There might be some mishaps. Bear with me. Be patient with me. It's good info, and I think y'all are going to get a lot out of it. So be ready to take pictures of the slides. You can take notes. I will warn you, I'm going to go fairly fast just because it's a lot of info, and so I do encourage you just to take pictures of the slides so then you can go back and look at it, because it's a lot of good stuff and I just want you to have it. All right, I'm going to give just another minute and then I'm going to get started. Can't hear anything. Can anybody hear me? Okay, Sheena, try to get off and then get back on. See if that'll help. If you'll have any questions throughout it, you can, well, you guys, let's see. What was I saying? Oh, if you have questions, you can type them in the comment section. I probably won't be looking at them, but I will look at them at the end. If we have time, I will try to answer them. If not, I will try to answer them as best after I get off tomorrow. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So, hello, everybody. If you are, I think we do have a couple of people on here from Jen's team. I mean, not Jen, from Leah's team. If you are on here from Leah's team, welcome. We're so excited to have you. But tonight, I encourage you, like I said, take notes. This is going to seem like a lot of stuff, especially if you're a newer stylist. And if you are, congrats for being on. That's huge. Putting some time and investment into your business is really important. But I promise once you start to really implement these things and apply these things and do it consistently, it becomes like a system and it works beautifully. I really started putting a lot more effort into my parties over the summer, which is crazy because it was like the busiest time anyways, and it has worked just beautifully the way that it is flowing. I'm able to book parties off of parties. My parties are a whole lot more consistent in sales than it was last year. So if you are doing Facebook parties and you feel like, not even half of them are getting sales, there is hope. I was on the same struggle bus. My average before I really started implementing these things was about $75 a party. I mean, not even half of them getting to that $150 mark. So I put some time into it. I put some effort. I researched. I asked other stylists what they were doing. And this is kind of my system and how I run my parties and how I book parties. So I will figure out how to share my screen. Give me just a second. Stop. Okay, can everybody see my screen? Perfect. Okay. So we're going to get started. I hope it doesn't cover. I'm going to do this. Okay, that's not the one that I need. Hang on. Oh, no. Give me a second, guys. Okay, here we go. Facebook parties. All right, so I did go and I looked in our Foundations to Flourish group, and I got a couple of tips from there, because if you have not gone there, under unit section is a whole unit on booking parties, running parties. So this first part is from that. I encourage you guys to go look at that because it is great. We did that several months ago, and our leaders did an awesome job with it. So this first part is a lot thanks to Tracy and was it Lori who helped her out with that? So how to book parties. You're going to consistently need to get samples out there. Parties is 100% going to come from people who have tried the product. I say 100%. You might have like 0.5% of people who want to host a party who have never tried the product. But it's really important to get it out there. So who are you asking? You got to get your frank list together. Friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, kids, mom, everybody in your circle. Write them out. Reach out to them. Ask them if they want to try a sample. Consistently be sharing on your personal pages. And when I say consistent, I'm meaning like weekly, if not twice a week. Be sharing about the product, be offering samples in your VIP group. That should be like once a week. You should always be offering samples. And then you have to have a system to follow up. This part cannot be skipped whatsoever. If you do not have a system on following up, you are not going to go anywhere. You can't depend on the person you sent a sample to reach out to you. Okay, your business is your priority. It's not theirs. So make sure that you have a system on following up. I'm not going to go into that right now because it would take for a while, but find a system, ask people what their systems are. I'll share mine at some point. I'm sure I've already shared it, but you can't skip this part, okay? So make sure you're following up with them and asking how they liked their sample. You're also, anyone who purchases from you, they need to be contacted within a week as well. So anybody who purchases on your website, through a party link, if you're doing like a bulk order, if you're at a vendor event, have a way, again, to track this and have a system of tracking your customers, because you're going to follow up with them, and that's going to be the people that you're asking to book parties. Monthly or bi-monthly, send an email out to your customers via the virtual office and share what that month's hostess gift is. My favorite part of the virtual office is the email option. A lot of people don't see your Facebook post in your VIP group, or they might not see your personal post on your page. Emailing is the best tool you can use for your customers. So if not monthly, if you do like a monthly newsletter, add it in there. If you don't do a monthly newsletter, which I do not, so don't think you have to, either I don't know what bi-monthly, if that's like, I mean every other month. I don't mean twice a month. So either monthly or every other month, just reach out to them via the virtual office, share what the hostess gift is, share the hostess reward program, and continue to do that consistently, because this might not be a good month for somebody, but a couple months will be. And if you're consistent with reaching out, they will eventually sign up to be a hostess. Post in your VIP group and your personal page with a list of dates you have available. Make them look like they will go fast. A little positive peer pressure never hurt anybody. I am all about some positive peer pressure. I'm all about making it seem like they need to hurry and book. And in reality, when you make it that way, people are going to be booking. So it really is like they need to be booking with you. So what I do, if I'm posting in my VIP group, or even if I'm posting in a party that I'm running, I'm going to add in like 4 dates fairly close together, and I'll say, hurry, these will book up, comment below to snag your spot. So just make it a little bit like they need to hurry fast. Alrighty, so Another tip of mine for booking parties, if you have a sample form, then you probably already have this on there because I've shared this before. If you're a newer stylist, I really encourage you to have a sample form. So I'm going to show you what mine looks like, and I will show you, I'm not going to show you how to create it. I know that if you search in the team page, Google form, there should be something to come up, and I can share that. So here is what I post whenever I have a party. I'm going to always offer samples at some point during the party, and I'll talk about that later. I'm going to add this link there. If somebody reaches out to me and messages me privately and asks for a sample, I'm not going to take their address right then and there. I'm going to send them this link, and I'm going to get them to fill it out. If I have this in my VIP group as one of the announcements in my VIP group, and I tag new people in my group in this so they can see that they can get a sample. If you have like a linked tree or anything like that to like on your Instagram, add it in there. So this is my one and only source of tracking like addresses, who I've sent a sample to. So within this, there's so many reasons why this is important and why I love Google Form, but the reason I'm bringing it up is because right here it says, I'd like more info on hosting an online party, hosting a local party, becoming a Color Street rep, none of the above. I will say 60% put none of the above, but I will have a good amount of people click that hosting an online party. And then I'll also have a couple of people click becoming a Color Street rep. So then what I do is when I see that, I send them their sample. I reach out to them. I let them know, hey, your sample's in the mail. I see you were interested in hosting an online party. And then I go into my little spill. Or I see you were interested in becoming a Color Street rep. And then I go into my spill, okay? This is just an easy, like, you're getting it up front, like in their mind. And yes, they might click none of the above, but at least you're getting it out there. But a lot of people are going to surprise you, and they're going to put hosting an online party. So I love that. That's one of my favorite tools to use for booking parties. Okay, so let's get down to how to ask, what to say. I think that's like what everybody is most concerned about is, what do I say? I am pretty straightforward. As you can see, this is what I have. Hey, Sarah, I'm so glad you were loving the sets you got. Welcome to the Addiction Club now. Just get them excited about the product. They might not be excited, but if you're excited, they'll be excited. I wanted to let you know that you can now earn free sets by hosting an online party. They are simple and fun. I have a couple of dates available over the next 2 weeks. And then at that point, I'll list my dates. Want to snag one of those, or do you want more info? Most people are going to say, I want more info. But, you know, I will have some that are like, yes, great, I want this date, and we'll kind of get it going. But a lot of people are going to say, what are you talking about? What's an online party? What can I get more info? So with that, I have created another Google form, and I'm going to show you that. Google Forms clearly are my favorite thing. And the reason is it's all like so efficient, and it helps keep me, like, this is where I track everything. So when I have somebody that wants more info on a party, instead of me sitting there and typing out every single time I have that question, I just send them this link to this Google form. I will go slowly so you guys can either take screenshots or read it. But it's basically going to give them just a little idea of what a party is. So it's going to ask for their name. It's going to share the hostess reward program. It's going to give, like, you know, ideas on why this is so fun. How does a party work? I will share this with you guys, so don't worry. I will share the link with you so you can look at it better. But please just, you know, try to make it your own wording. Don't copy and paste. But as you can see, I just kind of I give them everything that they need to know. And so then down here, and I haven't updated this recently, I need to update it for October, but down at the bottom, I'll give my dates. And then all they'll have to do is they click on the date that they want, and then they're done. And they basically have booked a party. All right. I'm going to go up here. Let's see. Does anybody have any questions so far? I know this is a whole lot. Okay. So then after I have basically, so you've booked your party, okay? Now we're going to talk about what do you do once you've booked your party. So some of the first steps that you're going to want to do is ask them for their email address and mailing address to create their party in the virtual office. Do this as fast as you can. You want to get them that link as they're as excited about doing this, okay? So don't book the party and then wait a week to get them this link. Go ahead and get them the link. And then yet another Google form. I send them their hostess guide, and I used to do a hostess guide in a Google Doc, but I found I was asking them questions on top of that, and so I wanted to go ahead and get those questions answered as they were going through the hostess guide. So that's the reason that I created this Google form as their hostess guide. Julie Cruz is the one that had this idea, and it's just genius. So basically everything that's in our Google Doc that we have saved somewhere in the team page, I've just went and I've plugged it into Google Form, and then I ask all the questions like name, email address, mailing address. If you do like a free set with, your hostesses, ask them what their top 3 choices are. And then it's going to go into all of like the tips that I have. And again, I'll share all this, so don't feel like you have to memorize it, but it's going to give them all of like the do's and don'ts. It's going to let them know that for me, for my hostess gift, which is a free set, your party has to get to $75. So I won't send a free set unless their party gets to $75. It teaches them how to, and you can kind of see it says today, tomorrow. So you can give them kind of a timeline on things, but it's just going to teach them how to invite. It's going to share like when it is party time, what to do. After your event, like how they can help follow up to kind of close it, close the event. Have fun, and then that's it. So then what questions do you have? So then I can go through this and see their needs and that kind of stuff. And then after that, you're going to create her Facebook party group and add your hostess so they can start inviting. Or another great idea, and I think this was also from Julie Cruz, is you can get them to make their Facebook party group. And if you have a hostess who knows anything about Facebook, then I would definitely encourage you to do this. And the reason you want to do that is when somebody makes their own group and invites their own people, Facebook likes that way better than if I were to make a Facebook group and then somebody I've added starts adding all these people. It just seems spammy and Facebook flags it. So I think Facebook really likes it when the hostess makes their group, adds people in a timely manner, not mass inviting, but in a timely manner. And then also when they start posting, they're going to see their stuff. So I hope that makes sense. Okay. And then a little announcement. I know we have a couple of these like floating around, but I am making a mock party group because it's just going to be a whole lot easier for me to copy and paste from that than from a Google Doc. Don't ask me why. It's just easier to be in Facebook and copy and paste. So I just thought I would go ahead and open it up to the team. It literally is like my template that has been just really successful. But it's successful for me. It might not be successful for you. I encourage you to not copy and paste, but just look at it as inspiration and, reword things, do different pictures, that kind of stuff. But remember, like, if you ever copy and paste and if you're ever screenshotting graphics and you're resharing, Facebook flags it. They don't show it to enough people. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to the person that created it. So these are always for inspiration, but I am really excited about it because I think it's going to help with parties. Okay. So with that, I am not going to show you like what the party actually looks like because that will be in the mock party. But I do want to give you some tips about the party. So you can, I don't do this very often, only because I feel like my Google form is fairly detailed. But there is, and I think I've shared it somewhere, there is a hostess checklist Google Doc that we have for our team. And it basically goes through like the day before the party, what to do. And that's why like my Google form does this as well. It encourages them to go live. Last day of party, like things like that. Okay, it's not very detailed, but I did want to show you that really quick. I'll share it as well. But you can send them the hostess checklist to get started a few days before. Like I said, make this your own, create your own pics to use the same pics for every party. It just makes it a whole lot easier. Make the captions sound like you, not me. You can offer a party prize pack giveaway. This is totally optional. I find that it does help with interactions. I think people love point systems, and so I personally do a point system, which that will all be in the mock party. And it's like easy stuff that I'm giving away. Okay, you guys, like I love gift giving, so this is just something I enjoy doing. I'm constantly like grabbing little things everywhere I go, like if it's on sale or if it's inexpensive. So like a koozie and a bracelet, or if I have extra sets, I'll throw an extra, like a set with a koozie or something like that. This is optional. Don't feel like you have to do it, but I personally do party prize packs, and you'll see my point system in the mock party. Go live. I think this is like detrimental to your party if you don't do this. So biggest mistake to do in a party is to not go live. Either apply a set. So I normally do my parties on a Thursday, and that's actually something I haven't gone over is when do you do a party? Whatever for you as a stylist is best. Okay, so you pick what is best time-wise for you, and that's the date and times that you offer for your hostesses. And if they're just like adamant that they really want to party, but none of those times work, then you kind of work around it. But for me, it's Thursday nights. That's my night to do parties, and that's the night that I mainly change my nails on. So I'll either apply like my whole set, or if I have several parties that night, I'll apply a couple of nails in each party. If you've already got your set on, apply a twosie, apply like an overlay, do something. But what's even better, and I've done this with several of my hostesses, is I get on live first. She hops on like my video, and then I invite her to join the live video. So then it pops her face up too. And one of them, like she did her set and I did my set, and we were just chit-chatting. It was the funnest thing. And this gets the guests like asking, seeing like the interaction between us. It's really, really fun. So that is even better. Early bird special, totally up to you, but I do it every single party. I have great success with it. It literally costs me barely anything, but it's basically just 4 accent nails for anybody that places an order before the end of the night of the party. So like any day before the party day, or like that whole day of the party. People love free things. It gets people purchasing, pretty quickly. And it's like a stamp and a couple of twosies. Samples. So I get all the time, do you offer samples? Do you do it before the party starts? Do you do it after the party starts? This has been trial and error for me. So you need to kind of do trial and error and see what works best. But I definitely recommend offering them. What I have found works best is offering them at the end of the party. So basically what I do is we get done with the party, I talk to the hostess, I say, hey, you're at like $130. Do you want me to offer samples and we can keep your party open for a couple more days? I offer samples, I close it up, we wrap it up, and she usually gets at least one more order. So that's what I personally do, and I feel like that has worked. Check in with your hostess often. So let her know when she's gotten several orders. Let her know when she's, gotten the free set from you if you choose to do a free set. Let her know when she's almost to 150 or almost to 300, because they can help follow up with the people in her party. Post about hosting a party and becoming a stylist. Don't be afraid to ask for bookings, and don't be afraid to even talk about being a stylist. You might get somebody who is not going to purchase the product, but they're really interested in being a stylist, and they were going to want more info. So you can open that door. But basically, you'll see in my mock party how I ask for more bookings. It's just a really simple post. And then also, and this is kind of like the full circle, following up with the customers from that party. You should always be able to at least to book one party off of a party. Talk about how the hostess one is going to get $25 if they have a qualifying party. Everybody wants to help out their friends, so it usually wins for everybody. Last thing, treat every party like it's a successful party. This is like, I know sometimes I might be like a little upbeat, but honestly, like mindset is everything. And if you go in, first of all, with any expectations, I've had parties, and I'll close it. I want to see your faces, so I'm going to stop sharing. Okay, so I have had parties where people literally have 6 people in their party. And I go in with the expectation that, like, this is I'm not gonna get any sales, but everybody orders, and they either order like a buy 3 get 1, or they order 2 buy 3 get 1. I mean, I've had somebody who had 6 people in a party get a $300 party. And then I've also had parties that had like 50 people in them, and they barely hit 150. So don't judge a hostess, don't judge a party by the amount of people that are in the group. And treat every group the same, because you just never know who's in there. I have had a party that had 0 sales, but I got a stylist out of it. So you just really never know. Be you, treat every party like it has 100 kick butt customers in it. And then it kind of all goes full circle on how to book a party off that party. Okay, so any questions? I know that was so much. But I will link like everything. So the length of mine, you'll see in the mock party, I start my party at 8:30. 8:30 is like my thing. Unless somebody asks for something else, 8:30 is when I start. And we have her add her people in several days before that to give them time to either do the early bird special, or, you know, if I want to offer samples in the beginning, I will. But I started at 8:30. You'll see it's a 30-minute party. It's like back-to-back post. It has some game things in there, like a search and find type game, and then has all the information. So it's like 8:30 to 9, and then we'll keep her party open however long she wants to. And then you'll see in my mock party also that there's some posts that I make several days after. Yes, I said I would share all the Google Forms, that you can look through those. I just ask that you try not to copy and paste when you make your own, just because we don't all want to look like the same. No, I don't. I feel like it's professional, actually, and depending on you, for me, I need something that helps me track and keep everything organized, or I look less professional because I don't remember something they said, and then I have to like scroll up, and it's a waste of my time. I'm way more efficient when I have it all organized. And I don't know, I just think I see what you're saying, because, you know, when you're conversing over Messenger, but let's all be real, like, there's really nothing personal about Facebook Messenger. Like, I think you're going to get personal if you're on the phone with them or face to face, but as far as either getting that information over via Facebook Messenger or Google form, I don't think there's a difference, but it's totally up to you. If you don't want to do a Google form, you could totally copy and paste, you know, your whole spill, like in your notes section or something like that. Yes, if I can, yeah, I think I can figure out how to do that. I'm telling you, I'm not tech savvy at all, but I will try. I hope that was well explained. Like I said, if you're in our Foundations to Flourish group, there's a whole unit on that. I think it's rocking Facebook parties or something like that. Anybody have any other questions? if you're on Leah's team, I will definitely share all of these as well with you guys too. So don't feel like you're not going to get the info. Okay, so if no more questions, thanks you guys for hopping on. I hope it was helpful. It's recorded and it will be uploaded. So if you have stylists that want to watch it, they will be able to. I'll post it tomorrow morning. But make sure that you get if you are local to Birmingham, make sure that you know that we have you're so welcome, guys. We have it's unstable. We have our meeting this Sunday. If you're not in Birmingham, look on the virtual office and see when your regional meeting is, and make sure that you are going to those. When you follow up with samples, do you email or use Messenger? Most of these people I connect with. That's a great question. Most of these people I connect with as soon as they make a purchase. I add them as a friend, and I think some people don't do this because they would rather not add strangers as friends, and that's totally fine. I personally don't mind. So I add them as a friend and I reach out to them and basically just let them know, like, thank you for your order. You'll be getting it in the next week. And so then that already establishes a connection and like a conversation. So then when I go to follow up, it's just, hey, how'd you like your nails? If not, then yes, an email would work perfectly. Yes, I think that'll be totally fine. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off. I hope y'all have a great night, and I'll see y'all later. Have a good rest of your week.